The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Busy weekend at the Kohl Center. A little bit of hockey, a little bit of basketball. We'll talk basketball on this program as Greg Gard's Badgers continuing Big Ten play. Games this past week at Indiana and at home against Maryland. We'll hear from Jordan Hill, sophomore guard out of Pasadena, California. He has seen his minutes go up considerably these last couple of weeks. And we'll also give you an idea of a new food and beverage option at the Kohl Center. Little supper club feel that is getting some very good early reviews. And of course, we'll sit down with head coach Greg Gard. It's all coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Trimble smiling, saying, not here, not now. Koenig hooks a pass to Ethan Happ, baseline left. Now on the wing, backing on Dodd. Quick turn to the baseline, takes it low on the right, up and in. Oh my, Ethan Happ putting on a little show, doing some work down low. Nigel gets double teamed and now fights through it. Leaves it for Happ, low on the left. Badgers take the lead. Hayes to Happ, 40-39, Wisconsin. Happ between the circles for Wisconsin, throwing to Showalter against Nickens right side. Showy drives, baseline right, on the reverse, got it. Right to left on the reverse. Koenig throws to Illikainen, top of the arc. He'll throw to Showalter left side. Snaps off a three. Got it! Showalter for three. Timeout, Wisconsin. Badgers within three. Koenig out high. High screen from Illikainen. Bronson high on the right against Lehman. 28 to play, 18 to shoot. Koenig out front, puts it on the deck. Little crossover. Step back three. Tiger! Bronson Koenig ties it at 60.
Everything will be magnified on the last 18 seconds and how the game unfolded at the end. But there will be multiple things that we'll have to look at, whether it be things defensively, offensively, that put us in a position where it came down to 18 seconds. As I told the team, they've made monumental strides in the right direction. Now it's a matter of becoming more and more consistent.
This is Wisconsin basketball. 10 seconds left in the half. They spread the floor. Koenig against Tate. 6 seconds. Koenig drives the lane. Up and in. Nigel Hayes from distance to the right side. They will return to the Final Four. They are standing here at the Kohl Center for Badgers head coach Greg Gard. Showalter down the lane. Layup good.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Quick Trip, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Hy-Vee, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
Zimbrick GMC is known for outstanding customer service. At GMC's full line of hardworking trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, you've got a winning combination. Whether you need the powerful and efficient Sierra, the technology and comfort of the Acadia, or the modern style and space of the Terrain, you can't go wrong with Zimbrick and GMC. During our New Year's celebration, lease the 2016 GMC Acadia for only $269 per month. Find your next vehicle today at Zimbrick GMC.
Here's to the Daily Navigator, the hard charger of 1,000 tasks. At Quick Trip, we're dedicated to bringing you good fresh food without a middleman's markup, just steps from your car. Delivered daily, so it's always fresh, always low priced, always in a jiffy. For a limited time, pick up a pound of Nature's Touch butter for $2.99 or a dozen grade A large eggs for $1.59. Quick Trip, big on fresh, low on price.
It's game day in America. Across the country, fans are watching football in a whole new way. We join a league, we pick a team, and we compete like never before. Today, watching football is more exciting than ever. Because today, we FanDuel. start today and join the millions who've already played FanDuel. Enter the promo code, and we'll refund your entry fee if you don't win.
Circle inching forward, 5 to shoot. Trimble tried to cross over, knocked away and stolen by Showalter. Trimble in pursuit. Showy down the lane. Layup is good. Showalter the steal, and he takes it to the hole.
Big Ten season rolling on for the Wisconsin Badgers. 2 more games coming up here in the coming days. Tuesday night in Evanston against Northwestern, and then Sunday afternoon back home here at the Kohl Center against Michigan State. They call it the grind for a reason. And you know, Coach, I guess the one thing that is brought up probably every year, if it's Bo sitting here, Coach Dick Bennett, coaches before him, is that when you get into conference play, as tough as the non-conference schedule has been here, but in league play, there are very few, if any, surprises, it seems. Everything gets contested, and I would think your newer guys especially have learned that fairly quickly, haven't they?
Well, if they haven't, they're in the process of figuring it out, Matt. So it is. I mean, it's obviously the league's been this way for a long, long time, long before I've ever been here, and it'll continue to be, obviously, as we go forward in the future. But you look at the games we've had so far, other than the Rutgers game, we were able to pull away in the second half. The Purdue game was possession for possession. You come down to the last minute, and you fight it out, and the same thing with the Indiana game. And most of the games around the league, as you watch other teams play, end up playing out the same way.
And we talk about how tough defenses can be, and when you look at shooting percentages, and when you go over the clips with your guys, the specifics can stay in the locker room, but there's shot selection, sometimes there's technique. Is a certain amount of it, though, just the confidence from the neck up, how a player is feeling in a given game?
There can be, and a lot of that does go back to shot selection, and we've really tried to analyze that over the years and point that out when we shoot a high percentage, where the shot's coming from. Also, maybe not so much the shot selection itself, but where did the ball go before the shot? So playing through the post is something we've emphasized a lot. I think we've gotten better at it, and our shot selection has gotten better, or we've gotten better shots as a result of it. Now we got to be able to finish. Shot selection's been good, but in terms of the ability to finish inside, needs to continue to improve, and we're working on it. I know we've definitely have a lot of positives to show. We've also had some things that we have shown we need to get better at. The nice thing is I got a hungry group in the locker room that wants to get better.
You guys drill so well, and you've done this for years and years, a seemingly simple thing like the pump fake. Now, maybe in high school, a big didn't have to do that quite so much.
Right.
They learn it here, but it is a process, right? Because you might get a shot that's swatted away where a simple fake, you get a flyby and then you get a bunny. But they're still learning that maybe at times. Is that fair?
They are. I think the 3 most underutilized skills in basketball are the shot fake, a ball fake on the perimeter, and a jump stop. And when we can utilize it, we talk about the pump fake, not so much just to get the defense off balance or draw a foul, but it gets you under control as an offensive player, especially at the end of a dribble drive or penetration, things like that. It gets you more in balance, be able to play off of 2 feet, and you're stronger going towards the rim. So we've seen signs of progression in the right way. Obviously, we've got to continue to jump stop better, play on 2 feet, pump fake when we need it, ball fakes more on the perimeter, which we've seen the result of that when it happens positively. Obviously, we have to continue to improve.
Moving ahead now, you go on the road, the bus trip down to Evanston, Northwestern, then Michigan State comes in on Sunday. With the Wildcats, they've been dealing with injury with Alex Ola, which is, that's no small hit for them, but they have that backcourt with Demps, Trey Demps, Bryant McIntosh, and obviously some other parts. It's a danger. I know it's a cliche to say, but I think it's true. It is a very dangerous team. I know they've had a couple losses here of late, but they've also won a lot of games already.
They have, and they're starting to gain some experience. But those younger guys that have been in the program with Coach Collins for a couple years now, you can see the growth that's taken place. And that's typical with younger players. They get a little confidence and they take a step forward. So we'll definitely have to play well. Obviously, we have 2 teams that are fighting with younger guys to improve and get better, and we're looking forward to it.
And then you get Michigan State at home. No breathers.
Yeah, just keep lining them up, right? Obviously, Tom's got an excellent team this year, even though Denzel's been hurt for a while. They've had enough other pieces to be able to fend off most. They took a bump at Iowa last week, but he's got a really nice team that has a lot of experience.
All right, look forward to it. Badgers first on the road Tuesday night in Evanston, and then Sunday afternoon right back here at the Kohl Center as the Michigan State Spartans come to town. Coach Gard rejoins us in a few minutes with this week's Great Question of the Week. Stay with us as the Badgers Sports Report continues.
I mean, it's pretty disheartening the past few games that we've kind of had those mental lapses at the end that we can't have. margin of error is microscopic. So, I mean, we just got to find ways to win, not find ways to lose, really.
It's, like you said, we do keep getting better, but we've been hearing that for a while now. So it's time to start putting some wins on the board rather than losing these tough games.
Do the little things that add up to give you the wins after a game. Of course, the first thing you look at is are the last couple plays. Those stand out, always magnified, but throughout the game, the little things are what usually give you a win or a loss. And right now, we've been on this trend of not doing the right things. And as I said earlier at the beginning of the year, there's habits that develop with winning teams. They always find a way to win. And with us on our current, losing things that we're doing right now, we're doing things that put us in the position to not win or make it tougher for us to win, and we have to eliminate that.
Taylor with 3.9 seconds to play. He'll launch it for three at the horn. He got it. They're going to the Final Four. He'll hoist one up. He hit it. Don't wake him up. Taylor's on fire.
March 9th, 2012, the Big Ten tournament opener against Indiana, and the Badgers are looking for their first conference tournament win since winning it all in 2008. For senior Rob Wilson, there was no time like the present.
Berger and feeds Gosser on the right side, throwing to Wilson, 3 ball straight on, book it. Rob Wilson.
Wilson had 10 points at the break and went off after halftime, hitting 5 threes and 20 points overall. A 30-point effort in 32 minutes, helping the Badgers to the 79-71 win.
Good again! Rob Wilson raining threes.
Wilson played in 117 games for the Badgers, but no other quite like this one.
Taylor, left-hand dribble to the line, run out Wilson for 3, left side. Yes, sir! Rob Wilson, another triple. 72-65 Wisconsin. Timeout Indiana as Rob Wilson is having the game of his life.
Car paint that gets developing nations on the grid. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together. Subatomic particles that hold the universe's biggest secrets. Working together, our discoveries are greater. Boundless together.
While Badger basketball certainly counts as a great Wisconsin tradition, supper clubs are another. And now, thanks to the athletic department partnering with Travel Wisconsin, you can enjoy one right here in Section 112 at the Kohl Center.
Started out this summer, we worked with the Travel Wisconsin folks at Wisconsin Department of Tourism, and they developed the supper club idea and wanted to bring it to reality here at the Kohl Center. So we went through the construction process early this fall and through the early part of winter, and got it up and running for the Marquette game.
What's the reaction been from fans?
Overall feedback has been good. It's a great destination for anyone that's looking for something other than a hot dog and brat. Those will probably always be our top sellers, but we have a nice variety, very diverse menu at the supper club location, and it's been a fun experience for not only the fans, but our staff as well.
We were looking for something that wasn't so processed, I guess. So we were looking for something more fresh. So the pot roast hit the spot.
It was al dente. The pasta was cooked perfectly, not too mushy.
This is great food, and obviously she got something a little healthier than I did with the Caesar salad. But this is Wisconsin food. Grew up going to supper clubs with my parents, and Diane and I did, so this is good stuff. I'm glad it's here.
That's better than what I make at home, so you get a better dinner than you would have at home.
We did a little bit of research and tried to come up with very, quick grab-and-go type supper club items. We looked at a lot of supper club menus, not only locally but throughout the state, and we'll continue to develop upon the menus that we find in a typical supper club you would find in Wisconsin.
Today we got the cheese curds and the French fries. They look very delicious.
And cheese curds, that's definitely a Wisconsin tradition,
yes,
right?
It is. You can't go wrong with cheese curds.
I got the daily special spaghetti and meatballs, excellent. And we got cheese curds as well, also very good.
Very good cheese curds. This is different. You don't see this usually at a lot of events. at the UW, and it's definitely a Wisconsin tradition, supper club, so awesome.
It's really nice to see it here in the Kohl Center. I didn't expect it, and I just heard about it from someone else that had the pot roast, and they said it was good, so we tried it.
I definitely think it brings a little class to the Kohl Center, and it is sort of like fine dining in your stadium seats, so it's very fun.
This is Wisconsin. I mean, this is what we're all about, so this was a great idea. So thanks for whoever's idea it was, thanks for doing it. It's awesome.
It's nicer to be able to have a different variety of something that's a little bit nicer and a little bit healthier for you.
I know, like the dim lighting, you come in, it's more like an older facility, more character, I think, than like a new establishment. So I find them wherever I travel a lot for work. In the Northwoods, I go to a lot of supper clubs. And I think the ambiance of walking into what appears to be an old building, love it.
Last game, the stuffed shrimp was very popular. We sold almost 100 orders. The prime rib sandwich was very popular. Tonight we're serving pot roast, and we're making more down here in the kitchen as we speak. So it's a good problem to have. We ran out for a short time, but overall it's been a pretty popular destination.
Brutal blizzard this weekend.
Other polar vortex coming.
Snowpocalypse. Winter is here. Are you ready? No matter what winter throws at you, you can power through it. Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. Bring on winter. For a limited time, choose Road with 0% financing for up to 60 months, or get a $289 per month lease on Pathfinder. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
Hill throwing to Happ, 10 seconds left in the half. Happ between the circles, throws it back to Hill. Hill finds Showalter, 6 seconds left. Showalter high and left to Hayes, left of the lane. Goes out to Hill for 3, right side, book it. Jordan Hill for 3, and that will give the Badgers a 4-point lead at the half.
How do you feel your role on the team has changed since the coaching switch?
I think I've had to step up. I've had to produce a little bit offensively and defensively, and just, do whatever coach is asking, whether it's, controlling the ball at the point, moving over to the 2 guard and hitting my shot when I have to, or guarding the other team's best player. I'm up for the challenge, and I'm ready to do whatever he asks.
In Coach Gard's first game against Green Bay, you saw a career-high 10 points. Was that kind of an early sign of maybe things changing for you?
I think so. I mean, I've never wavered in what I can do. I know that I can score a lot more than 10 points if necessary, but I mean, as far as a little coming out party and just being able to show a little bit of what I can do, what I can bring to the table, I think it was a good game for that. I'm still really embarrassed about how the way that game went down. It was just really ugly, and I think there's a lot of things we could have done better.
We talked a few times last year about how angry you were at not being able to contribute, taking the redshirt year, to now have these minutes that you're getting and being able to put up points and really making a name for yourself on this team. It's got to be validating to an extent.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. I mean, Not playing was probably the worst thing in my entire career that I've had to go through. More than anything, the hardest part was the beginning of this year, not playing that much when there was no, in my mind, there was no reason why I wasn't on the floor and wasn't being able to help the team. And watching us lose some of those games where I knew I could have been a factor. So yes, it is validating.
8 seconds, make it 7. Here's Jordan Hill, right of the circle, long three, got it! Jordan Hill from distance, and that is how the first half will end.
I got a lot to offer offensively. I'm never going to waver in that, whatever anybody says. I don't care. I can shoot the ball from anywhere on the court. I can get to the basket. I can create for others. But I got to understand that that's got to happen in certain periods. I got to be able to, handle the shot clock plays. I got to be able to tell people, all right, well, look, you need to be in this position, and when you're there, you need to do this. And I think it's just part of being a point guard, and I'm growing with it. I think I'm getting better day by day. The biggest thing is for anyone coming off the bench is being comfortable. And sometimes it's hard to do when you don't have the ball in your hands as much. But now that I am, and I can be sure that I'm going to get back on the floor after I take a shot or after I make a play, I think that's given me a lot of confidence to expand a little bit.
How important is it for guys to have confidence in that you're going to come in and you're going to give them time to rest, and that the offense isn't going to take a step back, that you can fill in that role and that the offense is going to keep rolling?
It's huge. I hope that my teammates trust me. I think that they do. I think I've proven that I can handle the ball. I can handle the pressure no matter what's thrown at me. And that is big. You don't want, when your best players have to take a rest, you don't want the level of play to drop off at all. And I think we've done a good job for the most part still executing when Bronson and Nigel aren't on the floor. Shoei's helped me a lot with that. And the coaches having confidence in me to make plays and just to be out there and be solid and do what I'm supposed to do.
And where do you see yourself going from here? What do you expect of yourself in this second half of the season?
More. I don't know what it is. I gotta check what my shooting percentage is, but I know I can knock down the three at a much higher clip. I know that I can find some more spots where I can create a little bit for others, and just defensively be as much of a dog as I can, and bother the other team's best player, whether it's a guard or whoever. And I really am looking forward to trying to rebound a little bit more, because I think there's a little bit more I can offer in that category.
Zimbrick GMC is known for outstanding customer service. At GMC's full line of hardworking trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, you've got a winning combination. Whether you need the powerful and efficient Sierra, the technology and comfort of the Acadia, or the modern style and space of the Terrain, you can't go wrong with Zimbrick and GMC. During our New Year's celebration, lease the 2016 GMC Acadia for only $269 per month. Find your next vehicle today at Zimbrick GMC.
Here's to the Daily Navigator, the hard charger of 1,000 tasks. At Quick Trip, we're dedicated to bringing you good fresh food without a middleman's markup. Just steps from your car. Delivered daily, so it's always fresh, always low priced, always in a jiffy. For a limited time, pick up a pound of Nature's Touch butter for $2.99 or a dozen grade A large eggs for $1.59. Quick Trip, big on fresh, low on price.
3 Band-Aids.
2 Band-Aids.
3 Band-Aids.
At UW Health, we specialize in performing the most complex of procedures through the smallest of incisions. These minimally invasive surgeries mean our patients heal faster, scar less, and are back to their lives that much sooner.
1 Band-Aid.
UW Health. Remarkable.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice. Because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Because our choice is your best choice.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Quick Trip, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Hy-Vee, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Time now for the Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and Mary from Green Bay has this week's question. Wants to know, Coach, can you use your brother Jeff as a sounding board, brother to brother, coach to coach, maybe a little more these days?
I can. I haven't done it too much just because he's got his own team to coach, and that's how I've always tried to approach it, really stay out of his way. And he's called me on several occasions, and I've bounced things off him every once in a while. But for the most part, we try to deal with our own separate teams and personalities, and obviously he knows my door's always open or my phone's always available. He can give me a call, and I know I can do the same with him. But for the most part, we try to stick to our prospective teams and worry about conversations more in the off season.
Sure. Jeff, of course, the coach at Platteville. How cool was that, though? You had a lot of family and friends for your first game, and you had a chance to visit with Jeff a little bit after the game. That had to be pretty special just to see all that support that you had, right?
Yeah, it was. That was neat for everybody to be here. And I did joke with Jeff after the game about when the lead disappeared. I said, hey, you didn't warn me about this one. He goes, oh, yeah, I've been there several times. So I said, welcome to the next seat. So it was good.
Now, a seasoned veteran. Thank you very much, Mary, for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations at Madison, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. We'll have the Coaches Show back at Hilldale next week. Badgers on the road this week, so we are pre-recorded, but we'll be back next week. Hope you can join us at the Great Dane Hilldale for Coach Gard's radio show, and there is the Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers at Northwestern on Tuesday night, and at home against Michigan State on Sunday afternoon. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
In order to perform procedures others cannot perform, we sometimes need to look where others cannot look, to see what others cannot see, which is exactly why the American Family Children's Hospital created the most technologically advanced imaging pavilion in the country. You see, better imaging for our pediatric specialists means better outcomes for our patients. Just ask Madison. UW Health. Remarkable.
You're going to flip for the all-new Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. Now, when you get the new Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card, you get the same big savings on gas, plus perks like special deals on your favorite products, cash prizes, or gift cards, maybe even a new car or an all-expenses-paid trip. And getting your new card is easy. Just pick one up at Hy-Vee. Go online to activate it and start earning your perks. It's that simple. Get your new Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card today.
Brutal blizzard this weekend.
Other polar vortex coming.
Snowpocalypse.
Winter is here. Are you ready? No matter what winter throws at you, you can power through it. Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. Bring on winter. For a limited time, choose Road with 0% financing for up to 60 months, or get a $289 per month lease on Pathfinder. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.